Whatever. So we're here. We're going to be talking about, in this video, okay, about how garbage and shitty YouTube is. Deadass, the video title of this video, YouTube has a big problem, okay? And what that fucking problem is I can make a video and make it as creative as possible, transform it as much as possible, and do my absolute very fucking best under the law and act of fair use, okay? Either react to something, have an educational commentary about something, you fucking name it, okay? And I'll immediately get hit with a copyright claim. And then, back then in the past, when I disputed it, because I was right, and had every fucking reason to use it, and it was not copyright, okay? I get fucking, it goes away and that's it. And it's fine and approved. Now, for whatever fucking no reason, some person from Japan, okay, wants to actually challenge my disputes. And I've gotten 2 copyright strikes so far on this YouTube channel. Now, remind you, my YouTube channel, I only have I really don't have anything. You know what I mean? I'm not big. I'm not, the only thing that this is really hurting is really me, myself, on a personal level, because I have put so much time and effort into my content, into all the videos I've made. Luckily, I do have them backed up, you know what I mean? So I could always just repost them, whatever. But it's not, that's not even the point. It's the fact that I'm even having to go through all this to begin with, and that one more strike will result in my channel being terminated, okay? And literally over the fact that of shit that I should be protected under fair use by law and everything, but yet I'm getting fucked doggy style, okay, and just ripped in the ass, and my disputes are getting declined, and then YouTube is giving me strikes siding with them. And the best part about it, YouTube supposedly gives you the option to either make a counter notification or to at least ask the owner to retract their video takedown, okay? Either one, if you're successful in, then the strike will be removed as well, okay? Strikes can be taken back. Or you go to copyright school, and if you finish that by a certain due date, the strike will also disappear. So, I'm not doing no fucking copyright school. They can kiss my ass with that, okay? Because once again, I did nothing fucking wrong. 2, okay, I'm not asking the owner to retract it, because they can kiss my ass as well. 3, I did a counter notification, basically meaning that I'm willing to go to court over this shit, and by law, fight over this. You want to know what happened? Remind you, YouTube tells me to do that, and literally tells me the risks and consequences, okay, that if the owner still disagrees, it will have to go to court, blah, blah, this and that. Instead, YouTube rejects my counter notification and says, sorry, blah, blah, because we feel like this isn't, whatever to use a counter notification for. We rejected it. That's it. Sorry. Bye. Not sorry. So they're literally giving me options to still fight back, okay? Because there are cases and there are situations to where you are protected by either law or just the fucking concept itself, okay? To where it's not copyright infringement or anything. And, and people aren't committing nothing wrong, and that's the whole reason of having, courts, laws, or better yet, being able to fight against it by law if it gets to that point, okay? And YouTube is not even letting me do that. So meaning the only choice that I have is to send the owner to retract their takedown request. And 9 times out of 10, that never happens. Because once again, the owner thinks they're right and that you're trying to take their material or their content or whatever and make it as if it's your own or yours. Which that is not the fucking case. And what is not happening either. So now that you have a brief understanding of what's been going on, okay? I am going to fucking show you just one channel. Now I'm not gonna show you you know, 10 channels, 50, 100, 1,000, you know, million. What? I'll show you one, just one fucking channel. Okay, one. Mind you, I'm gonna turn off my audio, and I'm also gonna turn off the screen just temporarily because I don't want to get copyright. Because if I show it, I will get copyright. But let me pause this and go to the channel. Okay, now I will resume it. Let's bring it back. Okay. So this is the channel right here. And I'm not trying to shit on this guy. I'm not trying to, you know, whatever. But, you know, Anime Smile Itachi. Okay. He has a setting where he doesn't show his subscriber amount, but whatever. And if we go to here, 3 hours ago, right? So I'm not even gonna play the video because I really don't. What's it called? Basically, oh, actually I can't even. I don't even think I can see it on here. I was gonna show. I don't think I can. But either way, you know, he's not a big person or anything. Okay. He only has a lot of views, and that's it. Okay, you go to if you actually go to his video and look at how many likes, like on your phone, he has like 10 likes, you know what I mean? Or 100 likes or whatever. Like, so he's not a big person, nothing. This guy is posting nothing but Naruto, okay? Nothing, look, 20 minutes long, 20, 30 minutes, 28, like, nothing but fucking Naruto, bro. Okay? And there is no copyright on this guy. If I ever post anything Naruto related, I immediately my video gets immediately blocked, okay? And just out of the equation. And the only way it can be visible or I can bring it back is if I dispute it, okay? And make a dispute claim and say it's protected under the Fair Act use or by law. And 9 times out of 10, that's what always worked. And then I have to wait 48 hours for it to be back to public visibility again. Because it'll be blocked for 48 hours whether I like it or not. Okay? And if it's like a minor copyright claim, Naruto based, you know, then I just can't make money on it. Or it can only be partially viewed or whatever, you know? This guy has fucking nothing, okay? Like, no blocks, no nothing. Yet, let me do this shit. Or better yet, if I were to record a video right now, I guarantee you I would get a copyright claim. If I were to click one of these videos and play it, I would get a copyright claim. But this motherfucker doesn't get shit. How does that work? Why is it okay for other small YouTube channels, or big YouTube channels, or intermediate YouTube channels to do whatever the fuck they want? Yet I do everything in my power to make the video transform, creative, you name it, and my shit gets attacked. But let it be anyone else, it's okay. And I know I'm probably not the only one dealing with this issue, but the fact that they're just picking and choosing and that their algorithm or something is just not right, it needs to be fucking figured out. Because I kid you not, I swear to God, if I lose this YouTube channel, it won't be the end of the world. But if I have the ability and capability to sue YouTube or whatever, you best fucking believe, especially if I can win it and etc., I'm gonna fucking do that. Like, I'm so, like, it pisses me off to my fucking bone, okay? To the very core of my fucking body of how copyright is on YouTube. It is so bullshit and just ridiculously annoying, you know? And no, don't play it. And what pisses me off is, you know, I can go here. What was it? I'm trying to think. I was going somewhere with this. Anyways, you know, what just pisses me off the most is just they're just so incompetent, and they're in the equity is so fucking horrible when it comes to actual accountability and actual fairness of what should be taken down, what is copyright and what isn't copyright. Okay? And I'm not even going to pull up the laws. I'm not even going to talk about fair use. I'm not even, like, if you are a YouTuber yourself, whether it's small, big, whatever, you already fucking know this. Okay? It's not rocket science. And the fact that certain people have to deal with this, small, medium, or big or not, is just unfucking acceptable. Like, it pisses me off so fucking much. It's one thing for me to not make money on something, but it's a whole other thing for me to receive strikes and for literally my whole YouTube channel to be taken down that I've developed months of time, years of effort to build whatever for my own satisfaction, my own personal gain, etc. And just for all of it to be removed over dumbass bullshit fucking copyright. It is ridiculous. So, other than that, that is my rant. That's all I wanted to show on my end. And there is, I kid you not, tons, guys. Like, I could type this. Look, another Naruto inspiration. Okay, then you have AMV fucking TION. You know, then there's this guy, okay? Then there's this guy, and 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 this guy. More and more and more and more and more and more. Of nothing but fucking Naruto fucking content. And just the show itself. Okay? And then, if I really, really want to get fucking more, okay? Let's go to like Naruto React videos, okay? Let's go to reaction YouTubers or whatever the fuck they're called, okay? Back out. Let's type this. Naruto reaction. Do this. Regardless, ignore her subscriber account. Well, if it's small, medium, whatever. I can even pull up a low one. It's the same shit. You know, episode 1. Look at this. Nothing but reaction videos, you know. And she does something very similar, transforms it, creates it in her own way. And watching Naruto and shit. Okay? Cool, right? Then, okay, let's delete this. No. Search this. Yeah, then you got these guys, you know. Whatever, reacting. Cool, right? You know. And I don't think I can do it on here on the Xbox. I'm pretty sure I know I can do it on my phone. But if you go to like the filter, then you do to like, if you hit a certain thing, then it'll just show like all the like the low content people, you know what I mean? The nobodies, whatever, etc. Or like the lower small content performers. And they'll have the same thing. You know, when you search something, obviously it's going to pull up either the moderate known people or the biggest reactors. But regardless, there's so many fucking videos out there. Look at this guy named Sasuke Uchiha 2 years ago, okay, posted this shit, and just it's just there, you know. Uchiha Village 2.0, 5 months ago, 4 minutes. Title: Sakura feels worried and sad after seeing Naruto upset. Like, it just fucking boils my goddamn blood that all of this is okay. But let Mr. fucking Greg do anything, and it is not okay. Like, I'm just beyond fucking tired of it. And I'm going to make this video, and I'm going to post it, and I will post it on my next YouTube account if I fucking need to. And I will post it on all my other fucking platforms. Because I don't give a fuck. This needs to be known, and this needs to be heard. And I really fucking wish bigger YouTube content creators or other people would really fucking talk about this, because it's just fucking a joke. As a matter of fact, there is one that I know, whether if you know him or not, named Markiplier. Okay? He even had a rant about it, because he got a copyright strike, and he bitched about it and said something, and YouTube right away you know, a fucking, you know. So let's look at this. We're gonna watch this right now.
Hey, you! Domino's is giving away $15 million in surprise frees.
Other delivery apps add surprise fees. At Domino's, we're giving out surprise frees instead.
Hurry up.
When you order delivery online, you could be
Fucking
surprised
hate
with
ads.
free food.
I love it.
From Domino's.
My job doesn't offer health
Oh my
insurance.
god.
With the new law, I found an affordable.
I forgot you can skip shit.
Last night, I received
Watch
my
this.
first ever YouTube strike, and it was for violent and graphic content. I can't show you the clip in question because obviously if I did, they would just take it down and give me another strike, but I can summarize it for you. Imagine SpongeBob, Mickey Mouse, Scrat from Ice Age, and some purple bunny that I'm not familiar with, all ganging up on some unsuspecting Russian guy and beating him up in the middle of the road. It's horrifying. It's terrifying. Which is why it was in my Try Not to Laugh challenge video. Specifically, Try Not to Laugh number
You hear that? Try not to laugh challenge video. This is what he's getting a fucking strike over, mind you. Let's continue.
2. If you go search for that video, it is no longer there. I am very sorry. This heinous video, which was clearly a danger to the unsuspecting population of YouTube, has finally been taken down. After 4 ungodly years of exposure on YouTube, it is finally gone.
4 years, remind you.
And the people
4 years, and now he gets a strike.
can feel justice again. I mean, anyone who watches this clip would understand that it is not violent or shocking content, and anyone can make that call for themselves because you can still watch this video because it's still up on YouTube. If you search on YouTube for like Mickey Mouse Road Rage or SpongeBob,
Right there. That. What he just said. What he just fucking said. Mickey Mouse Road Rage. There's videos of it still posted by other people. And they don't have a strike. But he gets one. And I actually remember how all this started. The whole reason why this happened was because a smaller YouTuber got a got a strike about that, okay? And he got so angry and upset, and because he challenged and everything and they rejected it, whatever, that literally he like called Mark out and all these other people that have the same fucking thing and said, what about these people? This is fucking bullshit. And then Mark responds to it, he's like, fair's fair. He has a point. And guess what YouTube did? Then they gave him a strike, Markiplier. And then he made this video. So the whole point about this fucking video is to show that YouTube is garbage and a piece of shit when it comes to discipline, video endorsement, copyright, any of that shit in general. It is a fucking joke. The amount of videos that are on there that should not be viewed, like I'm talking about violent, graphic, you fucking name it, or better yet, the amount of shit that people are getting strikes or getting their YouTube channels removed for, yet other people have it, but that's okay. It is baffling. It is in fucking sane. So, we're going to watch the rest of this video, but listen to everything he says. And it happens to big people as well. Not just small, intermediate. It happens to them too. And it's a fucking problem. And it needs to get resolved. My video, okay, will be YouTube just gave me 2 strikes. And I'm going to have Markiplier tagged. I'm going to have all these things tagged. Okay? And nothing probably won't happen for me, you know? My strikes probably won't get removed. And I'll get fucked over, whatever. But at least they're able to do it for the bigger guy, the bigger fish, you know? But I'm gonna do the same thing, post it on my Twitter, you name it, everything. I'm gonna post this video, all of it. And I just need the world to know that YouTube has fucking problems. They have still not fixed it to this day. And it is fucking enraging. To the point where, like, what's the fucking point of me even trying to have a platform or even have a YouTube channel? I'd rather just stream on fucking Twitch or whatever and just have that for content, because I have to deal with dumbass fucking YouTube and their bullshit, and have to worry about my account being taken down at any fucking time and point over dumbass shit. Let's continue.
Bob Road Rage, or Mickey Mouse SpongeBob Road Rage incident, Russia caught on camera. You will find the video, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. And you can see for yourself how this video is not in any way actually violence. It's a joke, but not according to the manual review system. Who's making these calls? We don't know. Who's giving these answers? YouTube doesn't know. Who's talking to YouTube in YouTube that YouTube has to fight YouTube against, or YouTube has to check YouTube with? Who knows? Now, I don't really care about the video itself getting taken down. I mean, I do, but, you know, I don't. What I do care about is YouTube's uneven application of their own rules.
Thank you. He nailed it right on the spot. I'm on the same boat. YouTube's uneven accusation of their rules. Something needs to be done about it. Something needs to be fucking done.
And I'm usually the first person to give them the benefit of the doubt. When they make like a controversial decision or they, you know, make a mistake, I usually try to understand that there are people behind the company. It's not just one big gestalt. It's a bunch of people all trying to do what is best for the platform and the creators. But in this case, it is actually the people behind the scenes that are making the mistake. For me, this all started last night when I was made aware of a tweet by Mr. Moist himself, saying that he had gotten a community strike, and he said to Team YouTube that it was unfair, which it was. YouTube replied that they were looking into it, and to no one's surprise, they upheld their decision, doubling down on the mistake. This especially wasn't a surprise to the Moist man himself, because he made a video that he recorded before they even responded, calling that they would not reverse the decision.
In an act of desperation, I did what any sad Boy Scout would do. I tweeted at YouTube. I gave it a whirl to see what that would do, and they responded saying they look into it and thanks for my patience. And you know what? I don't expect the answer to change. In fact, I'm so confident it won't that I've already made this before they give me their final answer. And I imagine by the time I upload this, they will have already said on Twitter publicly that the video violates their policy and that I should review their terms of service or something similar to that effect.
That video is linked in the description if you want to check it out. I suggest you do, because it gives a lot more context as to why this is all stupid in the first place. But where I get involved is when he made a follow-up tweet that had a screenshot from one of my videos, the Try Not to Laugh video, with the same clip that he got a strike for. And he asked...
Right there. Markiplier also made a video laughing about the same fake road rage incident. When will he be getting his strike? At Team YouTube, hashtag answer us YouTube. That's going to be me in a bit, remind you. Fair, right?
Why didn't I get a strike? When is that one coming? And a lot of people were like, oh no, he's snitching on Mark. And that's literally not the case here. That's not what it's about. I've got nothing but respect for the good mythical Moist. But when it came down to it, I'm always ready to throw down when it comes to these issues. So I quote tagging Team YouTube and saying, fair is fair. When am I gonna get a strike? And to my actual surprise, I did get one, which was interesting. Interesting choice on their part. Now, because it's my first strike, I get off with a warning, which means that I can still upload and stuff. But the problem is, there's clearly an issue with improper application, or at least uneven application of YouTube's community guidelines. And moreover, there's a communication issue at the heart of it all. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not against the rules themselves. Those rules are there for a reason, and there is content that falls within those rules that should be taken down, which is why they have manual review in the first place. But that also is its own issue. And to better understand that issue, I should put in perspective just how big YouTube actually is. Some of you may already know this, but it's something like, as of May of 2019, YouTube gets approximately 500 hours of video uploaded every single minute. If you thought I was going to say hour or day, you were dead wrong. Minute. That turns into 30,000 hours of content per hour. 720,000 hours per day, which is 82 years of content every day. And in that content is obviously going to be some pretty messed up shit, which is why YouTube has this community guidelines in the first place, and which is why we are all agreeing that that shit should be taken down. Anything that actually falls within the rules should be. But it's not. Critical explains this more in another video that I will link in the description, where he talks about literal animal abusers that have videos that are still up, or their channels are still up. And we can all agree that those types of videos, or anything equally horrendous, should be taken down immediately.
That is also true. Horrible, like I was saying before, horrible fucking videos that are out there. And they're not taking down. They know about it, but they're not doing nothing about it. And then they'll do something as silly as this shit, or with me, and we get strikes. And our videos get taken down. What the fuck?
Arguing that. But, again, with the number problem, if YouTube were to have people manually checking every single video, every single day, assuming like 8 hours a day with no breaks in between, and they only have to watch the video once to make the right call, which is probably not the case, but we're assuming, they would need 90,000 people every single day, working 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And I highly doubt that they have 90,000 people working around the clock. It seems awfully unrealistic. But you know what they do have? They have tens of millions of people watching every single video on YouTube multiple times. They have you, all of you, all the millions of people that watch YouTube around the world, around the clock, constantly are there. And that's why they have the self-moderation system. That's why they have reporting. That's why they have all the different categories to report under. And when they get reports, enough of them on videos, then they manually review them. I think that's how it works. But what is the point of having a self-moderating community if they just don't listen? We are telling you that not only this video is not violent or graphic content, and it is clearly not, and everyone agrees that it's not, but we are also pointing out videos that do go against the community guidelines that are not being taken down. Even years later, they're not being taken down. By the way, the clip that I used is from the incredibly talented James Lee, who's also linked in the description. Just wonderful stuff. You should check him out. But they need to trust their creators and community more. You know what's funny about this is...
And the thing is, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if YouTube doesn't, if they really cannot figure out this shit, bro, I kid you not, whether if it's with me, an intermediate known person, a bigger person, whatever, it's only a matter of time before a big ass lawsuit hits the fucking fan, and YouTube is gonna get really bit in the fucking ass. Okay? It's only a matter of time before something like that happens. And I can't wait. Because they deserve to get fucking punished for something. There should be some form of accountability for all the YouTube accounts they fucked up, for all the channels that they've made have such a hard time with. They even took down Mark's channel at one point, to the point where he was about to give up and not even continue YouTube anymore or whatever. And then one of his best friends was able to convince him to continue to do it. Made another YouTube account. Here he is, doing wonderful, great, cool. Okay, like, they have caused so much fucking damage. Something needs to fucking happen. Like, what's the point of anyone even trying to build themselves to have a YouTube channel, or even big, whatever, this and that at any point and at any moment any of your YouTube videos that you've made in the past, okay, could be flagged with, you know, a claim, whatever, and basically saying, oh, this is the problem, whatever, this and that, and then you get a strike for it, and then guess what? Your account's gone. What's the point of doing all of it? What's the point of even, you know, like, it's just something needs to fucking happen. Because, I don't know, like, in the fact that this is not even being talked about more, or, you know, I know big YouTubers have been bringing this up and have been talking why not, blah, blah, but something more needs to fucking happen. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, whether if it needs to be more lawsuits, whatever. Something needs to happen. And it needs to be the bigger boys. Because unfortunately, the way the world works, the smaller fish, the medium fish, okay, and even the large fish, but not the enormous fish, okay, but all the rest will just get ignored. Only the largest, biggest, gigantic fish of YouTube platform, the biggest content creators, okay, can have a voice and actually be able to enforce or get something going. And I kid you not, if the biggest YouTube channels on YouTube were to actually, like, fucking try to do something about their fucking rules and their policy system and all that and etc., not only would it help everyone, small creators, medium creators, large creators, you name it, okay, it would truly, truly fucking be world-changing and beneficial for any content creator, period. Okay? Something needs to fucking happen. Because it is absolutely infuriating. Injustice, corruption, equity issues, I cannot stand it. And it's not okay.
If they really had a problem with this clip, let's say, for example, this clip was actually bad, which it's not, but let's just say, for example, you know what they could have done to handle it? They could have reached out. They could have just talked to us. They could have asked us to take it down. I'd like to think
that too. All you have to do is ask. Just ask. Just fucking ask. You know? If it's that bad, just ask. But no, instead they just go straight to action.
that we have a good reputation. You know, if a channel is actually in good standing with no strikes, why can't they ask us to do it for them? Why not ask us to self-moderate? I don't know if you know this, but YouTube actually has a feature where you can go into any video that you've already uploaded, even if it's public, and you can go out and you can trim out sections of video anytime. And you'll save it, and then like within a few hours, it'll reprocess it, and everyone will never see that part again. And many people won't even know that it was gone. So if you have someone in good standing, why not ask them to cut out the things that are a problem? If the whole video is not the issue, and it's only a small clip of them, why not talk to the creators?
Yes.
And if they don't
Why
do
not?
it, or if they don't make a good enough case for an appeal, then use your own tools that you have and do it for them. And then give them a strike. Do it then. You know what I mean? Be like, all right, you got to take care of this, or it's a problem, or we're going to give you a strike. And I can be like, look, it's not. I'll make my case. Here it is. Here's my case. And if I'm actually having communication with someone and someone comes back to me and is like, look, I get it, but we can't take the risk. In some circles, maybe someone might assume that it is, and they might get hurt or offended by it. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll do it, you know? But at least the whole video isn't down. I'll just trim out that part, and they're like, okay, that's good. Thank you. That we reached a middle ground. Doesn't that sound great? Doesn't that sound wonderful? Communicate.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. It sounds like a dream come true. It sounds amazing. But they don't fucking do it. They don't do it.
Talking. Yeah, and I get it. You know, retroactive application of rules has to happen. Rules change, and you know, videos are up on YouTube for years and years. And sometimes, you know, the community guidelines might change, and you need to apply them on videos that were in the past that are not okay anymore. But if that is the case, give people time to react. Give people time to adjust. Give people time to make the changes that need to be changed instead of just making it for them. You know, giving me a strike in what is basically retaliation for me reporting myself is just petty. That's all it is. It's petty. Who made that call? Who made that call? After I tweeted at Team YouTube, hey, fair is fair, instead of tweeting back at me like, look, you know, you're right, but we stand by this and we have to stick by it. If you could delete it, that'd be great. And then, you know, I would say, no, I'm not going to delete it. And then they would do it anyway. But at least there was a talk about it. At least there was communication about it. At least it seemed like there was another human that cared. And I want to be very clear. I want to be very, very, very clear. There are people at YouTube that do genuinely care. And my contact, Meg, has always been a champion for me. I actually have a contact at YouTube. My channel is
Must
big
be
enough that they
nice.
have deemed me worthy
Must
to
be
have a person
fucking
that talks to
nice.
me.
I
Meg
wish.
still has to fight. And the fact that she or anyone else at YouTube has to fight for me shows that there's a problem.
See, and that's the problem. The bigger fish have that. We don't. Smaller, medium, even large, we don't have that. The big boys do. Must be fucking nice.
Inside YouTube.
But like what he's saying, they have to fight for them.
Who are they fighting? Who's butting up against who? If the rules are even, why does there need to be a fight in the first place?
Exactly.
It's because there's gray area. And that's where the community needs to be trusted. It all boils down to the only problem that YouTube has ever really had, which is communication,
Accountability.
and transparency.
Yep.
I don't know why they make the decisions that they do sometimes. And half the time, I don't even think they do. So,
Yeah.
what I'd like from YouTube, and we will need an answer to this, is number one, removal of the strikes and reinstatement of the video, because obviously this is not correct application of the
Same here, YouTube. Remove my strikes, okay, and reinstate my video.
guidelines. It just flat out isn't. Everyone can see that. Number two, action against the videos that are being called out. Like Critical has made many examples of videos that should be taken down or channels that are still up. Take action against them. And number three, communication about how this can be avoided in the future. Maybe take some of my suggestions to heart. Maybe trust your community a little more. These are not big asks. Well, the one is a mistake. The two is negligence. And three is just trust.
Yep.
It's got to happen.
But let's hear that part one more time. Like, this motherfucker spits. He is spitting right now.
Take
Fire.
action against them. And number three,
Fire. Thank you. Thank God his video
they
came
do
out.
sometimes. And half the time, I don't even think they do. So, what I'd like from YouTube, and we will need an answer to this, is number one, removal of the strikes and reinstatement of the video, because obviously this is not correct application of the guidelines. It just flat out isn't. Everyone can see that. Number two, action against the videos that are being called out. Like Critical has made many examples of videos that should be taken down or channels that are still up. Take action against them. And number three, communication about how this can be avoided in the future. Maybe take some of my suggestions to heart. Maybe trust your community a little more. These are not big asks. Well, the one is a mistake. The two is negligence. And three is just trust. It's got to happen.
Basically.
You know, I think that's all that people really want is some trust. You know, I think creators just want to feel like they're a part of this YouTube thing and not just another cog in the advertising machine. Anyway, if you guys want to check out all the videos that I've talked about, they're linked in the description. The hashtag started by Critical is hashtag AnswerUsYouTube. So you can tweet at them with that. Anyway, that's all I gotta say.
So that's gonna be that. That's gonna be the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get this video posted as soon as fucking possible, ASAP. Okay, and I'm gonna make a tweet about it. I'm gonna make my hashtags, and I'm gonna make an attack towards YouTube. And if I have to do it on a daily fucking basis to get a goddamn answer, I swear to God, so fucking be it. Every day I will send that tweet out. Okay, because they'll do it for obviously these level of people. But let's see if they can actually do it for the small fish too, okay? Other than that, I'm pissed off. Bye.